Fire, this one in Burlington County, New Jersey, that sends an historic restaurant up in flames. The 4-alarm fire at the Settler Inn burned out of control for several hours. News 10's Mike Strug is live at the scene in Medford Lakes with the very latest on this story tonight. Mike?
Siani, as you can see, firefighters are still on the scene of this blaze hours after it was brought under control. If you'll take a look over there, you can see that demolition has already begun on the historic Settlers Inn here in Medford Lakes. The Burlington County Fire Marshal has now traced the fire to a malfunctioning heater in the entranceway to the banquet room. By the time firefighters got here at about 4:30 in the morning, there was little they could do to save the landmark.
I ran out on the dock and looked over, and the whole wall was just engulfed in flames, and this whole side here was just unbelievable. A tough morning.
A tough morning for firefighters as well. Some 130 of them battled for more than 3 hours to bring the blaze under control. Imagine fighting a fire in a huge log cabin.
Burns just like a fireplace, and the interior design of the cabin is typically open, which helps support a lot of rapid combustion.
As the sun came up, smoke continued to billow from the now gutted restaurant. And as the day wore on, neighbors gathered to look at what was left of a landmark.
They got it. They got the incident. It was like a landmark. If you told somebody how to get to your house, it was like turn left or right at Settlers Inn, and it's really a sad day for the whole community.
A building was built in the 20s, and I know Medford Lakes was basically built around this building, and I know it has a lot of heart for the residents here in Medford Lakes.
Lots of memories from early days of playing softball. We used to come here afterwards, from Lions meetings lately to banquets and rehearsal dinners for weddings, and we've just done a lot here. It's just been a part of the community that we'll all miss.
They tell me that this is the largest log cabin east of the Mississippi, and inside, they say, is the largest freestanding stone fireplace in the entire world. They also say there's now talk they may rebuild around that fireplace. Live in Medford Lakes, I'm Mike Strug, News 10.
Also in South Jersey, it's a call to the Settlers Inn on Stokes Road in Medford Lakes shortly after 4 this morning. It was 3 hours before the stubborn blaze could be brought under control. And while nobody was injured in the fire, the historic log structure was gutted and will now have to be torn down. Investigators are focusing their probe on a basement heating unit.
The power is...
The restaurant was a log cabin. As you can imagine, it quickly succumbed to the flames, and when it was out, the building was destroyed. A total loss that will now have to be torn down.
I was just dumbfounded. My heart just fell all the way down to my feet. I didn't know what to do. We cried, my wife and I, naturally.
This restaurant was popular for parties and banquets, even weddings. We have an unconfirmed report that one of those weddings was supposed to take place this weekend.
Flames destroyed an historic Burlington County landmark this morning. This was the scene as firefighters battled the raging flames at the old Settlers Inn in Medford Lakes. Crews from neighboring towns were called in to battle the 4-alarm inferno. It took more than 3 hours to bring the fire under control, and former customers say the Settlers Inn was an important part of their family history.
I think about my parents in 1949 celebrated their wedding reception here. And when I was 18, I had my 18th birthday here. My husband, John Furry, his company have their Christmas parties here.